The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Monday night where we have another great night of super speedway racing as OP Racing Premier Super Speedway Series presents the Bumpy Road 250. Qualifying is underway and drivers have taken to the track. Peter DeBorgia going across the start finish line. DeBorgia. Oh, I don't know what just happened. Not a fan. So qualifying is over. That's a thing. Be right back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, Please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers start to roll out for tonight's Bumpy Road 250. Let's go straight into our starting lineup for this one. Gabe Butler with a quick time of 51.854 on pole position. To his outside, that is Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33. Row number 2 going to be Adam Kilday and Kenny Reel. Row 3, Andy Regante and Sean McCara. Row number 4, going to be Steven Luttrell. And to his outside, that is Bubba Winningham. Steve Rada and Rob Connors make up row number 5. Row 6, Anthony English, Jeff Crosby Sr. Row 7, Everett Lane and Richard Kuhn. Row number 8, going to be Zach Workman and Eric Glory. Row 9, Nate Warren and David Overstreet. Row 10, going to be Josh Ball and Vicente Guerrero. Row number 11, going to be Sean Stevens and Peter DeBorgia. Row 12, Dustin Logston and Tyler Miller. Row 13 will be the 04 of Mark Mann and the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Row 14, Robert DuPont and Dan Harrington. Row 15, Andrew Schroeder and Lynn McNeese. And Adam Strom will be our final driver in this starting lineup tonight. Pace truck down and away. Here we go for the first time tonight. Green flag is out and we are underway. The Luttrell fan club is showing up. They are loud, they are proud, and Steven Luttrell inside the top 10 with his qualifying run. We'll see how well he does tonight. Meanwhile, the rest of the field makes their way down the backstretch. Jeff Crosby Jr. has his nose out in front for the moment. Gabe Butler down on the inside. Jr. not dropping down to that yellow line. He's going to stay committed to the second lane. That's going to allow the 88 to have the run up off through the corner. Already we got one into the wall. Yellow flag comes out as David Overstreet sideways off of turn number 4. One lap in, the yellow flag flies. take a look at what happened to bring out this yellow flag. It looked like David Overstreet got turned sideways. He and the 42 arguing over space. But both drivers pointed in the right direction. Both drivers get rolling. So we have our first yellow flag of the night. Jeff Crosby Jr. pulling down pit road from the race lead. I did not expect to see that from the race leader. Drivers who stayed out: Gabe Butler, Andy Brigante, Steven Luttrell, Anthony English, Everett Lane, Zach Workman, Vicente Guerrero, Dustin Logston, Josh Ball, and Robert DuPont all stayed out. Looks like Kenny Reel gonna win the race off of pit road. So already a lot of strategy coming into display. Stage 1 going to end at lap 25. You have drivers who have stayed out. No one can make it from here to lap 25 without another pit stop. So it's going to be an interesting race to see how this plays out, because the drivers who did come down pit road will spend a fraction of a second less time filling up their fuel tanks than the drivers who stayed out. And what that's going to do is that, especially under green flag pit stop conditions, that's going to open up a gap. But that is banking on the fact that we stay green from here to the end of the stage. And I'm just not sure that's going to happen. Not sold on it just yet. Seen it happen lots of times where the yellow flag does not come out. But I've also seen where the yellow flag does come out. So it's a gamble, folks. Las Vegas called. They said it's a 50-50 on whether the yellow flag comes out or not. I'm gonna go with we get one more caution before the end of the stage. Place your bets now. Let me know in chat what you think is going to happen. Yellow flag, yes. Yellow flag, no. I'm going to go with a yes. We're gonna get one. I'm gonna say lap 20. I'm gonna call lap 20. That's my guess. And I don't mean any ill will towards that guess. That's just, if I had to put money down, my heart tells me lap 20. Either way, our first caution flag of the night about to draw to a close. Pace truck down and away. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Gonna try and get through an opening lap here without a yellow flag, and the 88 has the advantage as he is down on the inside. Luttrell in the 36 pushing on his back bumper. Talked to Steven Luttrell before this race started, and he was full of optimism. Said, I have a great truck. I am going to put this thing out there. I'm going to lead laps, and the chips will fall where they may. He was very upbeat about this race, and man, it's hard to rule out a driver that is that upbeat. A lot of racing to go, though. A lot to have happen out there tonight. Two lanes down the back stretch. For the first time this season, we are at the Legacy Daytona track. This one very bumpy. It will cause drivers to have to give a little bit of extra room. But these trucks, very stable, so it could lull them into a sense of security. You have to constantly keep those elbows up. Down the backstretch here on lap number 7, the 88 finally having a clear advantage. Luttrell gonna make a move to the second lane. And Luttrell gonna use that second lane to try and push him to the race lead. Everett Lane in the 24. Closing to the back bumper of the 88. Meanwhile, we have a third lane starting to develop. Two trucks in that third lane. Andy Brigante in the 13, trying to mount a charge up along the wall. He has the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Peter DeBorgia has the fastest lap of the race last time around. This time, let's see if it changes. And nobody able to cap that time just yet. As we really start getting 3 wide. Oh, Nate Warren down below the yellow line. Looks like he got a bit out of shape. Maybe that wasn't Nate Warren. There's a couple yellow trucks in this race that look like Nate Warren. I still haven't quite gotten used to them being out there, so Nate Warren is up on the high side. "31 drivers started the race tonight. Right now, all 31 drivers still out there. We go on board with the 071 of Eric Laurie. Lori tucked in behind the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. The 47 of Richard Kuhn with some momentum on the outside lane. Pulling along the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. Eric Lori right now finding himself in 25th spot. Check in at the tail end of the field. The 84 of Lynn McNeese currently scored in 31st. Sean Stevens in the 27, just ahead of him as we have our first round of green flag pit stops. The 88 of Gabe Butler, Everett Lane, Adam Kilday, Jimmy Reynolds, Rob Connors, and Eric Lori all on pit road. Another round of green flag pit. Oh, as Anthony English gets spun around, turned backwards. We stayed green, and Anthony English gets it sorted. But he is going to lose a ton of time, and if this stays green, the 44 going to lose the draft. Not what Anthony English wanted to have happen. Dustin Logston, meanwhile, is our race leader in the 81. Is he going to peel off for pit lane this time? And the answer is yes, he will. John Stevens stays out, and we have another big dust up. Tyler Miller, Nate Warren, both pointed the wrong direction, both get rolling once again. So Sean Stevens stays out, Steve Rada stays out as well. Dustin Logston winning the race off of pit road of the drivers who pitted this time, but you can see the drivers who pitted a lap before, they are charging hard. Full head of steam, here they come, and they blow right by Dustin Logston. Adam Kilday in the 85 leading this group. Steve Rada is our race leader with Bubba Winningham currently in second place. Rada right now up 8 spots from where he qualified. He is driving around at 171 miles an hour. Last time by, he turned a 52.17 as far as his lap time. Everyone else down in the 47-second laps. So Rada was in the group that hit pit road. Under our first yellow flag. And he continues to cycle around out there. So Rada slowly but surely losing time to the pack. Yellow flag has flown for the second time tonight. And I am not sure what has brought it out. Jimmy Reynolds making contact with the 126. Round goes Everett Lane, Dustin Logston, Reynolds going off track. The yellow flag has come out for the second time, and we were pretty darn close to lap 20. Stephen Lane chiming in on YouTube chat. How you doing, Mr. Lane? Glad to have you around with us. Thank you very much for stopping by, saying hello. We're here at Bumpy Daytona we're here at Legacy Daytona for the Bumpy Road 250. That is what I meant to say. Lights have gone out on the pace truck. Kenny Reel last on pit road on lap 12. Gabe Butler in the 88 to his outside. Adam Kilday, then the 19 of Zach Workman. That makes up row number 2. Row 3, Vicente Guerrero, and the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. Stephen Lane, you weren't feeling well and went to the doctor and spent time with the family. Hey, I get it, man. Hard to be behind the wheel of a race truck for 2 hours when you're not feeling the best, especially when you do it for fun and not for a job. Pace truck pulls to the infield and the green flag comes out once again, and we are back racing. Kenny Reel down on the inside, Gabe Butler in the outside lane. Side by side through 1 and 2 and on to the backstretch. Butler has the advantage for the moment as he starts surging ahead. Reel still holding true to that yellow line. Butler trying to fight in that second lane and gain an advantage. Do want to point out, with 2 yellow flags being displayed here tonight so far, we have had 2 drivers go behind the wall. Adam Strom in the 87 and Jimmy Reynolds in the 17. Three wide down the backstretch. The 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. trying to make some noise in the third lane. He has the 42 of Peter DeBorgia right there with him. Ooh, little bit of contact. Oh, and around goes the 03, straightened out, and the 15 is sideways. The yellow flag going to come out one more time. As we have our third yellow flag of the night. Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15, getting turned around. And I believe that is going to be the stage. Kenny Reel looks like going to be our stage winner. Let's take a look here. As they make their way on to pit road, Kenny Reel going to win stage number 1. Kenny, you got your ears on?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey man, it looks like you won stage number 1. Tell me a little bit about how it went down for you.
Yeah, we ended up getting the stage, and yeah, we basically just got up there from executing the pit stops. Track's a little bit warm, so everybody's slipping and sliding. We got on pit lane pretty good, and from there just kept track position. Thought the third lane was gonna get there, and got a good push at the end from Adam, so we'll take it.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, a stage win here on a Monday night amongst all the chaos that was going on. Looked like that 11 car, though, was able to rise above it. Tell me a little bit about the feelings out there on the racetrack.
Yeah, the track's pretty hot. A little bit, it's pretty slick. I mean, 3 wide can work, but you gotta time it right. If you don't time it right, it's not gonna go anywhere, but it has worked and it will work. But other than that, it's just real tight racing. You gotta hold a steady line, and a lot of people are pretty wobbly right now, so we're just gonna be patient and try to keep the truck clean to the end.
All right, man, tell me a little bit more about what it's going to take to win the race here tonight under those conditions.
Keeping the truck clean, staying up front, keeping myself out of trouble, working with my teammates, and pretty much executing pit stops if we have green flag pit stops. And yeah, just the main thing is just being patient and keeping the truck clean.
All right, man, shout outs, thank yous you need to send for stage number 1.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to my spotter, Daryl, my teammates, and Adam for the push.
All right, man. And who are your teammates?
I'm with No Preston, so Zach, Josh, Vicente, Adam, Stephen Luttrell. Don't think I'm missing anybody there, so yeah. Well,
All right. Well, no press to winning the stage as a team here. Nice job, guys. Good luck in stage number 2.
thank you.
It is Kenny Real getting it done for stage number 1. 3 yellow flags slowing us down so far in this one. Lights have gone out on the pace car as we get ready to be side by side, 2 by 2 once again. Pace truck going to hit pit road. We got one going through the grass. Either way, here we go. Green flag is out and we are back underway. Tyler Miller in the 2, pulling ahead by just a little bit. '71 of Sean McCara now has the advantage down the backstretch. Kenny Real pushing hard on that number 71. Josh Ball right there as well. Zach Workman in the 19, Peter DeBorgia in the 42 have taken over their respective lanes. We still have only 2 drivers out of the race. That is Adam Schramm and Jimmy Reynolds. 2 drivers not on the lead lap that are still out there. 28th spot goes to the 00 of Rob Connors. And Anthony English in the 44 sitting in 29th spot. Both those guys 1 lap down. Sean McCara going for a jaunt through the grass, and he is going to collect a few other drivers. Our 4th yellow flag comes out. John McCara going through the grass, collects Dan Harrington. Dustin Logston getting a piece of it. Eric Laurie involved. See if we can figure out what sent Sean McCara off track. Not quite. Looks like McCara just had a wiggle down the straightaway, and that grass not allowing him to slow down, not allowing him to turn, and putting him right back into harm's way. Here comes the field here in stage number 2 down pit road. This will be the final pit stop of the stage. And by the final pit stop, I mean the final pit stop if this thing stays green. We might see these guys come down pit road. If another yellow flag flies, we are 4 cautions deep to start this one off. Gabe Butler in the 88 is scored as our race leader. Several trucks peeling off for pit road to top off their fuel tanks. Field is stacked up once again. We're gonna go side by side as we get ready to let her rip. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Tyler Miller, Peter DeBorgia, Stephen Luttrell, Richard Kuhn, and Andy Brigante all sail it off into turn number 1. Tyler Miller in the 2, having a shot at the race lead down the back stretch. Can't quite pull the block off on Stephen Luttrell, and Luttrell puts himself out in front. Peter DeBorgia hanging tough on the yellow line. DeBorgia in that 42 machine, going to have the advantage, but looks like he is peeling off for pit road. Several drivers hitting pit lane. That gives the race lead to Stephen Luttrell. Adam Kilday in the 85 now has the race lead. Kilday now hugging the yellow line in front of the 36. .126 of Robert DuPont has his nose out into clean air. as we begin working lap 41 of 50 here in stage number 2. Pit stop strategies are all over the place. We currently find ourselves with one truck not on the lead lap. That is the 44 of Anthony English. However, Jeff Crosby Sr. is about to be swallowed up by the pack. The 15 going to try and outrun these guys, but not going to go in his favor. And the 126 gonna speed right around. So the 15 blends in, but he blends in behind the 44 of Anthony English. So it is a 2-car battle to be the first truck 1 lap down. Anthony English in the 44 is the first truck not on the lead lap. Lynn McNeese now going to be swallowed up, and Lynn McNeese stays down below the yellow line through the apron. He's going to try and blend in. So Anthony English, Jeff Crosby Sr., and Lynn McNeese go a lap down here. Next up is the 2 of Tyler Miller. Miller at one point was leading laps, but now he finds himself in danger of going a lap down. Tyler Miller and Everett Lane stay committed to the 3rd lane now. They stay high. That gives us 24 trucks as around goes a truck, and the yellow flag is going to come out. Our 5th yellow flag of the night is displayed. Everett Lane, Tyler Miller, Vicente Guerrero, Steve Rada in the 03. On board with Everett Lane Steve Rada giving us a shot there as he took a couple door slams. Our 5th yellow flag is on display. We're not even halfway yet. 126 of Robert DuPont comes down pit road. Hits his box and will be serviced by his pit crew. That gives the race lead to Zach Workman. With that being said, we're going to step away for a quick minute. No one go anywhere. Be right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to release the field once again. Lights were out on our pace truck, but they came back on and now they are off once again. Zach Workman on the inside of row number 1, and on the outside is our stage 1 winner, Kenny Reel. Gabe Butler and Adam Kilday make up row number 2 for this restart as we get ready to crown a stage 2 winner. Looks like this may be a 1-lap shootout. We still only have 2 trucks out of the race, Adam Strom and Jimmy Reynolds. Tyler Miller multiple laps down. Everett Lane finding himself 1 lap down. Jeff Crosby Sr. and Lynn McNeese all 1 lap down as well. So here we go. Lights are out on the pace truck. It heads for pit road. Green flag is out and we are back underway here in the final laps of stage number 2. Workman and Reel side by side through 3 and 4. Here they come off of turn number 4. This is going to decide the stage winner. Workman at the line has it. Zach Workman picks up stage number 2. So Zach Workman, our stage 2 winner. We're going to stay green. A lot of yellow flags in the first half of this race. We'll see if the second half can do better. Josh Ball in the number 1 as the pace truck comes back out. Yellow flag is displayed, but I have no idea what for. I got nothing. So until race control tells me what that one was for, we're gonna step away and won't go anywhere. Be right back after this. Green flag is out once again. They work their way side by side through turns 1 and 2. Kenny Reel and Stephen Luttrell lead the charge in the second lane. Josh Ball and Robert DuPont on the inside lane. Reel drops down to the yellow line. Stephen Luttrell finds himself with a shot at winning here on Monday night, but can he hold on to the end of this race? Luttrell not having a good start to the season, now finding himself as the race leader here in week number 3. Down on the inside. No Presta driver Stephen Luttrell in the 36. Still battling. I think I said that wrong. I'm trying to find. I think Kenny Reel is the no Presta driver. Have nothing for Luttrell except for his eyebrow that says no Presta. I talked to Luttrell earlier. I'm absolutely not finding him on the charts here. Okay. looks like SDK, my overlay program, has taken a crap on me. I've tried 3 different settings. They're not working, so yeah. Good time to be a broadcaster here in iRacing. Absolutely love it. Not sure what has happened with anything right now because everything on my end looks like it's working. It's just not coming across. Okay. Looks like everything is on the up and up. It's just not going to work. So, all right, here we go. Still only have 2 drivers out of this race. That is Jimmy Reynolds and Adam Schramm. Working lap 65 out of 100 here at the Bumpy Road 250. Oh, contact through the tri-oval. Can he reel? Can he hold on to it? Yes, he does. Kenny Reel going to let the one of Josh Ball drop down in front of him. Kenny Reel had to chase that race truck all through the tri-oval. Meanwhile, Stephen Luttrell now has his nose to clean air. He wants to make sure that he is saying hi to his mom and has included it on his paint scheme for that 36. Meanwhile, the 85 of Adam Kilday I got nothing. Everything just went for a loop. Either way, Stephen Luttrell out in front. Jeff Crosby Jr., now the race leader, takes a shot from Nate Warren in the 16. Luttrell, third truck down on the yellow line. Zach Workman. Oh, contact. We got 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of trucks involved. Up and over goes one of them. The 7th yellow flag of the night is displayed. Dustin Logston in the 81 going up and over. Gabe Butler getting airborne as well. Andrew Schroeder, Tyler Miller, David Overstreet, Sean Stevens, all getting a piece of this one. .42 of Peter DeBorgia scored as our race leader. Borgia pitting from the race lead, comes down pit road, top off the fuel tanks as the lights are out on the pace truck. Stephen Luttrell, Robert DuPont make up row number 1 for this restart. Andy Brigante and Kenny Reel, row number 2. Pace truck hits pit road. Here we go again. Green flag is out. We are back underway. 7 caution flags have been displayed so far in this race. Luttrell, Brigante, DuPont, Workman, Real Ball, Winningham, Rada, Kilday, Warren, all these guys going after it. To Luttrell in the 36, finding himself out in front. Robert DuPont leading the charge in the second lane. Down the backstretch they go. All of these trucks have battled for 72 laps. We work lap 73. Little bit out of shape. Kilday trying to blend back in, and it doesn't work out. Luttrell in trouble as well. From the race lead, Stephen Luttrell. Damage to that truck. 8 yellow flags on the night. So with the yellow flag flying once again, eight cautions on the night. We still have 25 laps to go. We're gonna step away for a moment. No one go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper, I rule this day. And BK, have it your way.
You wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are here in the closing stages of week number 3. Pace truck down and away. Everett Lane, Kenny Reel on the throttle. Green flag is back out, and we are underway once again. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33, working the second lane, has some advantage coming off of turn number 4. Mark Mann in the 04 now in charge of the second lane as the 33 drops down to the inside. Side by side into turn number 1, the 42 having to push the 04 down the back stretch. Do want to point out that we have added Tyler Miller out of this race. He will join Jimmy Reynolds and Adam Strom as the only 3 trucks out of this race. David Overstreet in the 46 is the only truck not on the lead lap. He finds himself multiple laps down. Three wide through the corner, the 11 of Kenny Reel, our stage 1 winner, battling high, wide, and handsome in the outside lane. Peter DeBorgia in the 42, now surging ahead as the race leader. But here comes Mark Mann in the 04. Mark Mann in that 04 machine started deep in this field, gained 24 spots to be our race leader, only to see the 42 surge ahead that time by. Can Mark Mann hold on for 18 more laps? Do we stay green for 18 more laps? Our fuel window is open for the final stop of the race. Who is going to come down pit road first? Who's going to take the gamble on when we will go into overtime? Green, white, checkered attempts have to be factored in. Mark Mann in the 04, hanging tough. Can he stick this one out until he has to make that pit stop? You don't want to fall back too far before you come down pit lane. That inside lane is where you want to be for pit stops. Kenny Reel drops down to the yellow line. Peter DeBorgia, Dustin Logston, Zach Workman, and Stephen Luttrell all making their points made here at the front of the field. And the yellow flag going to come out. 9 cautions on the night. And Luttrell involved. However, he still gets to say hi to his mom. 36 pointed in the wrong direction. Rob Connors involved, David Overstreet, Richard Kuhn, Dan Harrington, all these guys getting a piece of it. It starts kind of towards the front of the field. So once again, we're under yellow flag conditions, and with that being said, we're going to step away for another break. No one go anywhere. We'll be here right back after this.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper, I rule this day. And BK, have it your way.
green flag is underway once again. Penny Reel, Markman into turn number one, side by side. They have to figure out who is going to win this race. We're down to the nitty gritty. The yellow flag comes out for the 10th time tonight.
Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Impossible or Bacon Whopper, I rule this day. And BK, have it your way.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
field has been racked and stacked. We have been slowed down by the yellow flag 10 times so far tonight, but we are getting down to the end of this one. Less than 10 laps to go. Mark Mann in the 04, Josh Ball in the 1. That makes up the front row for this restart. Kenny Reel, Zach Workman, row number 2. Row 3, the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. and the 16 of Nate Warren. The field makes its way through 3 and 4. This one isn't over just yet, ladies and gentlemen. Grab a seat. Hold on to your hats. Here we go. The pace truck going to hit pit lane this time by. And the 04 and the 1 have control of the field, and the green flag is out. We are back underway to try and wrap up this one here in the Bumpy Road 250 at Daytona. Mark Mann in the 04. Hanging tough on that yellow line. Josh Ball slides down in front of him. Now Zach Workman in the 19. What does he have to do in the second lane? Down to 7 laps to go. Josh Ball in the 1 has his nose out in front for the moment, but down the back stretch, 04 Mark Mann, proving that nobody is safe at any point in time. This lead can change between anyone from the high side to the low side. We still only have 3 trucks out of the race. 31 drivers started tonight's event. Adam Strom, Jimmy Reynolds, and Tyler Miller out of the race. David Overstreet finding himself multiple laps down, but still out there competing on pit road, is the 44 of Anthony English. So English in danger of being passed by the 46 of Overstreet here in about 1 to 2 laps. And the 11th caution flag of the night comes out. And this one from the front row, Peter DeBorgia getting a piece of it. Zach Workman involved, Lynn McNeese, Robert DuPont, several trucks involved in this one. Josh Ball with his excursion through the grass, able to avoid a lot of the chaos. We're back under yellow flag, and here comes the entire field. Some of the drivers on the pit road. Josh Ball in the one stays out, does not come down pit road. Lights go out on our, what is that, Silverado? Lights have gone out on it either way. Pace truck down and away. Josh Ball, Jeff Crosby Jr. on the front row. Green flag comes out here in the final stages of the race. Our first attempt at a green-white checkered. Field makes its way off of turn 4. Coming to the white flag. This is going to do it. The final lap here in this one. White flag. One more time around. Whatever happens, happens. And there it is. Big time stack up at the back half of the field. But Josh Ball holds on to the race lead. And Vicente Guerrero goes around. Several more trucks getting involved. Josh Ball has the race lead, but does anyone have the advantage with some momentum, with some speed? Off of turn number 4, here they come. Josh Ball doing all he can to keep his foot into it. And Josh Ball going to win the race here at Bumpy Road, Daytona. Josh Ball picking up the win here at Bumpy Road 250, the Legacy Daytona track. As Josh Ball begins to celebrate on the front stretch. Take a look at our finishing order. Sean Stevens brings it home in second, Nate Warren third. We'll talk to these guys here in just a moment. Dan Harrington in fourth, a solid finish for the driver of the Demon Tech 82. Richard Kuhn rounds out your top 5. Eric Laurie in 6th, Andrew Schroeder 7th, 8th goes to Dustin Logston, Lynn McNeese in 9th. 10th place going to be the driver of the 88, Gabe Butler. Sean McCara 11th, 12th, Stephen Luttrell. Adam Kilday 13th, 14th goes to Jeff Crosby Jr. Zach Workman 15th, 16th, Everett Lane. 17th, Vicente Guerrero. Kenny Real 18th. 19th place going to go to Andy Brigante. Jeff Crosby Sr. 20th. 21st, Steve Rada. Rob Connors 22nd. 23rd, Bubba Winningham. Mark Mann 24th. 25th, Peter DeBorgia. 26th goes to Robert DuPont. David Overstreet 27th. 28th, Anthony English. 29th, Tyler Miller. 30th goes to Jimmy Reynolds, and 31st goes to Adam Strom. As we move on to our post-race interviews, let's start by talking to our race winner, the driver of the number 1. That is none other than Josh Ball. Josh, congratulations on the race win here tonight.
Thanks, KR. Yeah, it didn't end like I thought it was gonna, but yeah, I gotta obviously thank my teammates there and Vince getting me out to the lead, and you know, there was looked like something happened behind me, and then I was like, oh no, everybody's gonna get a run, but I don't know what happened behind. I guess they all got 3 wide or something and didn't get together. So
Well, man, I'll tell you what, that number one comes out on top tonight. 3 races, 3 different winners so far this season. Tell me a little bit about your race from the drop of the green flag to bringing it here. Sum it up in 2 words. I'm kidding. Tell me all about it.
Crazy ridiculous. I mean, there was an issue, with qualifying, so some of the people didn't get to qualify. So, anyway, we started in 19th. We tried to get going there on the first stage, but then kind of when we were going into the pits, we had an issue where I wasn't able to get slowed down because somebody crashed in front of me, and then I was down a lap, got the lucky dog, came back, got to 15th, then won stage 2 and tried to keep up near the front, and luckily that's where we finished.
Well, man, either way, that number one comes out on top. Great job here tonight. Shout outs, thank yous. Anything you need to add?
Yeah, I mean, obviously just my teammates, Zach Workman, obviously Vicente for giving me the good push there at the end, Luttrell, Lockwood, Adam Schramm, Kenny Real, Jimmy for putting us all on, and UKR for coming out and broadcasting us.
All right, man. Well, nice job out there. Congratulations on the race win. And man, I look forward to seeing you here in the rest of the season and what that number one truck can do.
Thanks.
All right, now let's move on to our second place finisher. That is the driver of the 27. Nope. Can't move him, so can't talk to him. So we'll move on to third place. That is Nate Warren in the 16. Nate, congratulations on a solid third place finish here tonight.
Thank you.
Man, we got to talk a little bit before the race, and man, I'll tell you what, that 16 looked fired up from the get-go.
Yeah, I coming to the 10 to go, I was on the second row there, in perfect position. I always say I get a lot of Mickey Mouse nights because I always get wrecked with 10 to go and got to start from the back, and got me a nice third today. Quite the chaos.
Well, third place is a great place to finish if you look at everything that happened here tonight. Tell me a little bit about your race and what you saw out there.
Yeah, there was some portions of that race where it was some pretty sick racing, and I had to take a fast repair right there when Len wrecked. And, I was 19th, I was 12th crossing the line on the last lap, and we got her home third. We punched through the wreck, me, Stevens, and Kuhn, like 3 wide, and it was kind of a miracle we all made it. Thought we might have a chance to catch ball, but he maintained a little too much speed.
All right, man. Well, third place finish earns you the right to give some shout outs, thank yous, anything you haven't said yet.
Yes, shout out to the man upstairs, Jesus H. Christ. Shout out to my wife and my kids, and trying to get some wins this weekend. I don't really care about championships. I want some wins. So we're getting closer.
All right, man. Well, nice job out there, and congratulations on third place.
Thanks, man. Later.
That is Nate Warren, driver of the 16, bringing it home in third place. One more shot. Let's see if I can get Sean Stevens into the booth, and I cannot. So that is going to do it for us here tonight. Everyone, I want to say thank you for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed the show. And so until next time, y'all stay safe. Have a good night.